Okay, so I just thought I'd change it up tonight with the music because all we're hearing is boom, 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 and we're dancing all over the place. So thought I'd change it up a little bit and kind of boom, here we are. Okay, so while more and more people are coming in, I'm just going to get you up to date with some of the things that are happening here. And oh no, there's a neat name, Geez. Geez. Okay, well, I don't think I've seen you in the Skype rooms, but just the same, welcome. Okay, who do we have here so far? We don't have too many here, and I know more will pop in, but we've got Donna. Gary is our presenter. We got Geez, Mario, Mona Lisa D, Mike, Pickles, Risha, Wendy, and I know more will be coming in. Okay, so to get you updated with the continuing saga, okay, of our hacker experience, it was no doubt that because of basically what was going on with my accounts and whatnot, and as a result of that, it led to other program owners realizing that they were participating unknowingly in providing a ring of hackers with a lot of money. I ended up, and a lot of accounts were closed down and labeled fraudulent. I all of a sudden lost my YouTube account. And so I am in negotiations right now trying to explain that it's all my content on there and what I've been through. So there's a chance I still could get it. But in the meantime, everything is being posted on another YouTube channel, which you can get off of the Skype rooms, okay, and also off of our website, www.passivepeeps.com. Now, and then again, as an effect of things that have been going on, we ended up that Wealth for All team was down for a lot of the day today. And that was, and they got a DOS attack. Now, they already received one small DOS attack, but isn't it like, it's not coincidence that, you know, all of a sudden they're closing like 30 plus accounts, and iPayout is closing accounts and everything, and labeled fraudulent, and they're retrieving the money that was stolen and returning it to the rightful owners of that money, that they would be attacked as a result of that. And but they'll get it back in order very quickly. So I am going to go with a standalone video player and hosting. So therefore, we're not going to be caught like this again. What really amazed me last night was our Alexa rating. You know, I've done a lot of SEO for people and stuff, and we've done nothing here yet. We're still building the site, and we were down for the USA. We were down to like 136,000, and for somebody who hasn't done anything that way in SEO, etc., it's just basically YouTube videos and the webinars and things like that. Really amazing number. Globally, we were 567,000 or something, and that in itself, I've worked with companies that start at 2-3 million, and it's just super hard to get them down to the million mark, let alone go into this. So we're doing really well, and it's only going to continue to explode. Now, what I need to portray here to everybody, and I really need you to put your thinking cap on here. We're going to have Rick returning. That's Daily Profit Always. Rick will be returning home from the hospital Monday unless there's further complications. He had open heart surgery, and everything went all right, but he has a bit of a fever right now. And provided that the fever's gone and he's okay on Monday, he will be going home. Now, if you've been following in the rooms in the DPA room, you'll understand that he has done some testing of debit cards, and he was quite happy. It was more successful than they believed it was going to go. along with some other programs and processors, etc. And so it seems like the doors are opening to a lot of options now to get our money out to us. And that's my point. These Thursday night webinars with Bridgeway Financial and Gary Cleveland, thank you for being here for all the peeps. You have to start thinking there's a lot of people of us that are making a lot of money. And when that starts flowing, you got to think, what are you going to do with it? Okay, do you have it all wrapped up that you know exactly, you got a plan and you're going to follow through with that plan? Because if you don't have a plan, you need to talk to Gary. Okay, because there's people that are over 100,000 now, and you know, that's a, yeah, right, Pickles, give it to charity. Anyway, well, I think Gary's got probably a plan for you there. Anyway, but there's a lot of money that's going to be made and going to be coming to you, and especially in the pendings and that. And believe me, you won't get away with not paying taxes on it. So if you think you're going to hide it, think twice about that. It might not show up this year, but maybe next year, the following year, something will happen, and all of a sudden it will go knock on the door, and it will say, believe you owe us some money, and all you can say is, how much? But anyway, that's why Gary's here. Now, I'm going to introduce him right now. I'm going to let him talk. It's all being recorded right now, and then when he's done, I'll come back on. There'll be some questions. I'll put Gary back on and some questions, and that'll be about it. And then I will process the video, and it will go on our Passive Peeps showcase, okay, and which is a YouTube channel, and so everybody can see it. So just give me a sec. I'm going to mute myself first.
Looks like I've got the microphone. Correct? Someone write a note, please. Okay, great. So this is Gary Cleveland. I wanted to thank you all for your support last week. I have a lifelong mentor that I met in 1976 in Chicago, who taught me the computer consulting business, who taught me marketing, who taught me a lot, and helped facilitate me getting to the Seattle area from Chicago in middle of 1978, which set me on a path to raise my family in the Pacific Northwest. It's beautiful out here, the sky is clear, it's in the 70s, and it's been this way for the entire month of August and September. I'm a mature guy, as you can see from my picture from my website. I've chosen to keep this picture informal because I've been through a bit to gain the expertise and knowledge that I have that I'm sharing with you. And clearly I'm a guy that's been around a while because my beard was not always white. If you look at my picture, I look like Santa Claus. So introducing Gary Cleveland, I'm a lifetime consultant coming out of the computing industry, high technology. Finished college in the spring of 1971, if that gives you a point of reference. So I have over 40 years of experience in technology, and particularly in consulting, in the creation and establishment of consulting firms, servicing a lot of the country, and particularly the West Coast. I am a business development consultant. I am an asset protection consultant for the last 6 years. So I've been living in corporations since 1981. I've been a CEO of one or multiple corporations, a president, for over 30 years. It's part of how I conduct business, and it's an essential strategy for keeping more of the money I make. So the subject of asset protection is, it's not how much money you make, and as David said, some of you are making 100 grand already out there, and that doesn't take much. I mean, 10,000 a month is 120,000 a year. So it's not a matter of how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. And that is the subject of asset protection consulting. The Asset Protection Consulting 101, if this was a college course, is the Nevada Corporation. And I wanted to be clear, they actually don't teach this in college. They do not teach this in MBA school or even in law school. Asset protection is not a subject that is taught in the United States, and I spent a long career looking for the information that I now represent. I found this information so powerful that I chose to make it a central focus of my second career while I do business development and help other people start their corporations and their business plans. So, the Nevada Corporation is the centerpiece of the beginning of asset protection for you. So, of course, you ask the question, what is this thing called a Nevada Corp? And why is it different from anybody else's corporation? Well, I have a flyer that I send out with all my emails every week to everybody on my database of people interested in asset protection. And that flyer is called Nevada Corporations, Asset Protection and Financial Privacy. You all have it or have seen it or will get it from me in my next email. It is a 6-page Adobe PDF attachment to my emails. So what is a Nevada corporation? Well, it is a legal person. Each state in the country has the legal ability to issue corporations within their state. Corporate law goes back hundreds of years in the United States, and all of it's based on British law going back a lot longer. So the United States of America is actually a corporation. Now, we've chosen the state of Nevada because it is unique in reference to privacy and in reference to asset protection for the officers and directors of the Nevada Corporation. So they made a big business out of creating the legal structure for Nevada corporations and other entities, LLCs and foundations, limited liability, limited partnerships, in the state of Nevada. The U.S. legal system allows way too many lawsuits these days, and anyone that exceeds the limits of their auto insurance in an accident could be subject to a lawsuit. Now, I'm a very positive guy, and I know how to live my life in such a way that lawsuits are a very low possibility for me. However, I do have Nevada corporations for my assets so that should I be involved in a lawsuit and a search was done on my Social Security number in the United States, the assets would not be found because they're not in my personal name. The Nevada Corporation is the first place we start in the subject of asset protection because it can be completely anonymous. The state of Nevada requires a president, a secretary, a treasurer, and a director. These are usually held by one person, and they can be you in your personal name or someone else close to you as a nominee officer. The stockholders ownership of a Nevada corporation is never recorded in the state of Nevada. In fact, very little information is recorded in the state of Nevada, and furthermore, privacy-wise, they have refused to have any interaction with or sharing information with folks like the IRS. Now, we're not suggesting anything, but you always pay all of your tax legally on time. Always, always, always. However, privacy is really the issue here. And there is very strong privacy in a Nevada Corp. Furthermore, the state of Nevada has its own court system, business court system, strictly for its own corporations and business transactions. So if you were actually involved in anything legally, there's an expedited court system in the state of Nevada to handle it for you. So back to asset protection. The concept is to control everything and own nothing. Just actually the opposite of make more, buy more, spend more, own more. When you do that, it's always in your own name, and it can be found and attached. When a Nevada corporation and similar legal entities own your assets, they're not in your name, they cannot be found in a search on your Social Security, and so you begin the process of financial privacy. So Nevada is a tax haven. You're going to pay your federal tax, always, 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 but there is no state tax or miscellaneous corporate or gift or stock or inheritance or inventory or any of those other taxes in the state of Nevada. Also, there's no need to show anyone who owns the stock of a Nevada Corp, so that's private. There's no need to list any assets or value of the Nevada Corp, that's private. There are no annual reports required for a Nevada Corp, except an annual renewal of the state of Nevada through your registered agent. Hey guys, the registered agent is Bridgeway. They filed the corporation in Nevada and ship your corporate book, expedite the service so it's done within hours and days of the time it's paid for, and provide some other services. When we create a Nevada Corp for you, we also make sure that a major national bank in the U.S. with offices in the Las Vegas area opens a corporate bank account in the name of your corporation. My corporation on your email is Greenstone Group Corporation. It is a Nevada C corporation. It was formed in March 2006. I conduct my asset protection consulting business from this corporation. I'm the CEO. I happen to also own the stock, but nobody really knows that because it's private. So, we can create a Nevada Corp for you, and I do it every day. So, why would we use a Nevada Corp? Well, many of you are investors. Now, you're passive investors, but you're getting a lot of money in the door, and I would suggest to you that much or all of that income could be directed to your Nevada corporation, because investment income can still be reduced by business expenses to lower your tax and to get it out of your personal name. Another reason to have a Nevada corporation is to conduct business. Well, that's what I'm doing here in my consulting business. And many of you may have marketing income or referral fee income from various passive programs. any referral fees that you receive from your passive programs or any other marketing activities or multi-level marketing activities or business or sales activities can all be conducting business through a Nevada Corp. And I wouldn't do it any other way, having been conducting business through corporations for 30 years. A big thing about this is reducing your taxable revenue, i.e. Business expenses. There are 300 categories of business expenses that we have available to deduct from our Nevada Corporation, and we share that list with you. The principle is you make $100,000 and you have $10,000 or $20,000 in legitimate business expenses. You're only taxed on the balance, say the $80,000 after expense. We have some very interesting expenses, including the possibility that your Nevada Corp, if left as a C-closed corporation, can pay for all your medical, dental, alternative care, chiropractor, acupuncture, and related expenses, and also paid some generous education expenses. My dentist and I got to know each other real well in calendar 2011. And my Nevada Corp paid him at least $10,000, which to me personally was tax-free. That's money in, expenses out. So the Bridgeway Nevada Corp has some powerful legal articles when it's formed, which are provided to you in a legal corporate book, which is a large binder of all your legal papers and your stock certificates. It's part of what's provided to you along with 12 months of unlimited support in strategies, in custom strategies, and even a review of your tax situation. That all comes with 12 months of membership, if you wish, as a Bridgeway Nevada Corp. Our corporations are renewed every year, every 12 months. So you can shield legally a lot of your income by running it through a Nevada corporation and having generous legal expenses paid. It's normal business. What does all this mean to you today? Well, I like the music that was played before this meeting. It felt good. It raised the energy. And the financial privacy offered to you by our Nevada corporations feel good. Your assets are in the name of the corporation, not your personal Social Security. And we're talking about creating wealth. We're talking about keeping more of the money you make legally and having strategies to reduce your taxes legally. The founders of Bridgeway are tax planning experts. They're attorneys and CPAs that have spent many, many, many years doing this and focusing in this area. We have a national, it's actually an international, asset protection CPA, certified CPA. Well, don't mind me, folks. My brain just went dead. Anyway, the guy that does my tax for all my corporations and me personally, available to you. Mr. Kraft is compassionate and smart and gives great services. So this Nevada Corp is the first step in your wealth preservation plan. Yeah, your wealth preservation plan. It's a core strategy. It's a big deal. And I'm here to talk to you about the benefits of it to you personally and help you each individually develop your own plan. I talked to a couple of the APASIve PEEP member in the United Kingdom this morning, and someone very close to him, about the possibility of Nevada Corps for them in England, and they're favorably planning at this moment. People all over the world, internationally, can benefit by the careful use and planning of a Nevada corporation. What are we doing? Well, we are shifting your paradigm. You are now living life as corporate CEO. Now, not as an ego trip, but as a private strategy. Because your assets are going to be owned by your corporation and not you. And you are shifting your paradigm. It's privacy, so you can put a business card out to the world or not. But we're going to assign assets to your corp that make sense to be owned by the corporation. And get them out of your name. You have so many more choices available to you in strategies moving forward as the CEO of your own Nevada corporation. This is a new paradigm. It's a paradigm shift. I have extensive business experience, business consulting development experience, that I can share with you as it pertains to how you build and develop your own Nevada corporation and how you use it. Those are all one-on-one private conversations. They're in confidence. They're directed to you and your requirements in your situation. That is why I have a new client information form, an NCIF, that I send out to people, and the passive peeps have put a request for that information on their website. I have a database, so I can keep track of each individual privately from my desktop only. I'm doing this business 10 to 12 hours a day, and sometimes half of Saturdays. I'm here and available to you to develop your own wealth plan, your own asset protection plan for you. Now, we've got a whole lot more than Nevada Corp's available, but those are other conversations for another time. As a business development guy, I happen to love the idea of endowment foundations, and I got a big plan for that personally. So I've had a long, successful consulting career, and I've found some information that I've chosen to take on as a personal mission. So communicating this information so you know what it is accurately and what the heck it might mean to you as a set of choices moving forward is my personal business mission. And I'm thrilled to be able to talk to people in the Passive Peeps organization, which I see growing every day, because you guys are informal and you're international. So you can be anywhere in the world in any time zone, but you've been brought together by a common interest of creative, passive ways of making multiple streams of income, and the desire to hang on to more of that to better your own personal and family situations. So, kind of wrapping for the moment, I'm here to communicate with you all the time. I'm available by email and by Skype and by telephone. I will continue to do webinars every week and look for ways to make this more meaningful for you. I thank you for your support last week when I had to take the evening off to deal with the current news of the death of a dear friend. There are so many advanced things that we can talk about at later times because we do full estate planning, endowment foundations, which involve all the trusts and all of the other structures that go with advanced planning. But right now, most of you need to consider the possibility of a Nevada corporation in the near future. Some of you need it this month, and some of you need to do some planning in the next few months, and I'm here for you. This is a paradigm shift. You are looking at living life as a CEO of your own corporation with advanced strategies that you develop now that you can build on for a lifetime. Talking about creating and generating wealth and hanging on to it so that you can create generational wealth. So I'm encouraging you to up your ante, to develop your vision and do some planning with me, because this is actually very exciting, and it's information that I spent a lifetime looking for, and I'm glad to have now and share with you. I like the music, I like the energy, I like the buzz, and I think that wraps up my comments for the moment. So I give it back to Mr. Lockwood.
Okay, thanks very much, Gary. That was a wonderful presentation. And if that hasn't whet your palate and your appetite, I don't know what will. I got to say this. I mean, I have a Nevada C Corp now, and and I'm going through the steps as fast as I can, and it's just I've always lacked this more or less appointment delegation of time where I'm being pulled in 10 different ways and prioritize what really needs to be done and done right away. Well, it's right on top of me now, and I really need to finish the last little few things right now so we can go on to the next step, and then the next step, and the next step, etc. But for everybody, I'm telling you right now, when Rick starts paying, you're going to have to put all your chips in. Okay? It's time for that. And so, yeah, you've got to get there. You've got to start thinking about that, because, you don't want to end up paying, in the realm of 38% plus in income taxes. And you want to take advantage of those 300 deductions that you get with a Nevada C corporation. And like Gary was saying, anywhere in the world, okay? If there's a country that can't do it, Gary's going to tell you about it, but that's a one-on-one. Okay, so anyways, what we're going to do right now, as Gary's just taking a little breather here, we're going to do some questions, and then Gary will come back on to answer your questions. So I'm going to ask everyone, if you have a question, please put it in the little box down there. And if you're seeing your questions going up and we haven't got to it yet, I'm just going to ask everyone to just hold back until we get caught up, and then put your questions in, because every time I scroll up and somebody pops, then it brings it right back down to the bottom, and I got to start all over. So anyway, let's do that right now. I'm just going to pause recording, and I'm going to get Gary back on here.
So if you would ask a question in writing, I will attempt to answer it real time, which means, don't write too fast, folks. So I see a little box. Okay. Would we be safe from hackers? Well, you got to have a safe email account. I suggest a POP3 account with your own domain name, which is what Mr. Lockwood has just gone to. I do not recommend Gmail, which is what everybody uses. I mean, that's a whole subject by itself. Financial privacy. You have online banking with a major national bank in the USA with our Nevada Corps, and I suggest that you carefully protect your passwords. I mean, that's a whole webinar, David. I suggest you have one. You've learned some things the hard way this week. Skype is not secure. There are very few things that are actually secure, so that's a big subject. Next question. What date this year would we have to have information to the CPA to do 2012 corporate taxes? Okay. Corporations got to exist. It has to have a bank account. You need to run some things through the bank account, like income and expenses. So, you can, with a C corporation, you can decide what your tax year is. With an S corporation, it's going to be calendar year. And I can talk to you individually about the differences of those two things. The answer to your question is they have to have access to your bank account summary information, or you hire a bookkeeper, or you use the CPA's bookkeeper. And corporate taxes are due March 15 the following year. In the USA, that's 1 month before your personal tax is due. With an S Corp, it's calendar. With a C Corp, you can make your tax year end any particular month you wish. And that's a strategy by itself. Next question. This is working out really well, guys. Okay. How much to allow to do all of this up front? It's in all my emails. The wire price for Nevada Corp with banking is $34.75, $3,475. That's $3,475. CPA to do your taxes is a separate subject, which is quite reasonable. Banking is included. 12 months of support is included. Expedite to get it done in a few hours is included. And 12 months of my support is included. And 12 months of Bridgeway staff strategy support beyond me is included. We're basically acquiring a full-service, high-end, complete, this is what it is, and this is how you use it, corporation, so that you actually receive benefit from it. David's in the process of getting his banking. It required to get a passport in Canada. Any international citizen out there would have to have a passport. Any USA person, at least a driver's license. So the question is, getting started this year of 2012, we would have to do personal taxes and corporate taxes. Absolutely, but you're not going to do it. Your CPA is going to do it for you because you're now a corporate CEO, and you don't mess around trying to pretend to know how to do this. You hire an expert, get it done right the first time. It's part of the paradigm shift. A C Corp pays its own taxes closed. An S Corporation files a tax return, and then the profits or loss come out of the corporation on a K-1 form to you personally that go into your personal taxes. But yeah, you got corporate tax and personal tax, absolutely. And it's a privilege to pay tax, folks, because we have such a great strategy that you will be amazed when you make a lot of money, some of the advanced strategies we have, including our CEO benefits plan. Does CPA deliver taxes to each country? Well, he's doing tax on your Nevada corporation. It's a U.S. entity, and he's doing tax for U.S. citizens. I know he can do tax for Canadian citizens. I cannot guarantee he does tax in the United Kingdom or New Zealand or Australia. I think we'll deal with that on a case-by-case basis. But for U.S. and Canadian citizens, yes. Don't have any Mexican nationals at the moment with Nevada Corps. So cannot answer the tax question on Mexico. But we have a strong practice in North America and a growing practice internationally. The principle there is countries like Europe have very high tax rates, and to channel an appropriate amount of money through Nevada Corp allows you to use the power of a corporation and reduce your tax rate by the amount of money going through that corporation versus putting it through as personal income in your country of origin. Big thing here, folks, is a paradigm shift because you're either making a lot of money or you're about to, and you want to save more of it and find other ways to manage it. Question, and if you are audited, then who represents us? Your CPA does. Our CPA does. He actually has an audit defense. Within North America, he'll fly out to where you are if he needs to The other thing is our Nevada corporations, they're almost never audited because their taxes are filed by a CPA. So number one, it's a corporation. Number two, it's a professional tax preparer. And the audit rate is extremely low. And I can tell you privately about some things. Does your CPA know about France taxes? I cannot answer the question. If you got a Nevada Corp, it's a U.S. tax situation. Your personal tax in France, ask me in an email, and I'll send that email to him to get an answer. So corporate tax is going to be USA, folks, and he does that for you. Personal tax depends on what country you're in. Best I can say at the moment. I've got a website I can send you that talks generically about tax rates in every country in the world. If that's of interest, ask me in an email, gary@cintech.com, and I'll send it to you. That's the big thing here is, folks, everybody's getting into money and having money and managing money, and that may be new to you by itself. And if it is, you're going to spend some time understanding your new life that you are creating, and with great wealth comes great responsibility. It's fun, guys. It doesn't have to be hard. It's just, if you haven't been there before, look forward to changing your life. The other thing, of course, is endowment foundations, which are a very high-end thing that normally only the wealthy know about. And in the USA, you can take 30% of your bottom line taxable income and donate it to your own endowment foundation, tax-free going in, for tax-free investing in the foundation. And it has two jobs. Number one, invest, and number two, give away 5% a year. And of course, a lot of you may want to give away 10% a year. One of our advanced strategies. Hey, Gobi, I see you online. Any other questions? Otherwise, we might be complete here, David, for a fair amount tonight. The main thing is send me emails, ask me questions, and I'll be here every week. And we can get into some advanced subjects if you wish to, but the basics are so important that, we'll repeat it for as many people as many times as we need to. And actually, you need to hear something more than once anyway to start grasping it. It took me a long time. With all my background, it took me a long time to really understand this stuff. And I'm giving you distilled information after years. How does it work when I go to the doctor, for example? Your Nevada corporation pays for your visit. Now, if you have health insurance and you have a C corporation, it'll pay for your health insurance. You got to have some money in the corporation, but think about that. Some people pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month in health insurance personally, and a C closed corporation will pay that for you. So the cost of the corporation for some people will be offset by their health insurance costs alone. Well, let's think about that. Oh, how many people pay $300 a month? 300 times 12, 3,600. Yeah, pay $300 a month in health insurance, prescriptions, dental, or medical of any type. Your corporation's paid for in a year by paying for that expense, saving you the taxable expense. I use a debit card and pay my dentist, folks. You can write them a check. As long as there's money in your corporation, it can pay for all these things. Remember, you're the CEO of your own corporation, and the papers are written up that corporation reimburses you for, hey, maybe your auto expense, your mileage, maybe it buys a car for you, I don't know. Those are all one-on-one strategies. That was a question from Frederick. Frederick's not in the USA. But the corporation lives in the USA, and therefore I know exactly what it is because I've had one for 6 years. Got more than one. Let's see. So the next question I don't understand. Maybe it's the spelling I can't understand. So ye BOLL is for me for the corp. Oh, the bill goes to the corporation. Doesn't matter. Bill can go to you personally and the corporation still pays it. It's still corporate expense. It's just accounting at that point. Still tax deductible. You're talking about mechanics and logistics. A lot of this stuff is handled by having a bookkeeper, folks. And it's all done at tax time. Expenses, revenue income minus expenses equals taxable income. How important is it to have a president of your own corp? I can think of none to be my president except me. That's what I do. You can have privacy, but frankly, you already got privacy because nobody knows who owns this corp. Just because you're the president, nobody knows you own it. It's not recorded anywhere. You're just the president working for some corporation you happen to love, which happens to be yours. But especially with CEO benefits plans, when you have a lot of money, I'll show you how to take $100,000 to $1 million off the top of your income in an expense to the corp and have it come back half in a loan, tax-free, and half in a high-yield annuity. It's part of our secret sauce. So yeah, by all means, be president of your own corporation. No reason not to. Let's see. Yeah, I'm president of more than one corporation. Okay, well, it's 6:51 p.m. Oh, here's one more. How many can you have? As many as you need. How many do you, well, I have a C corporation. I have an S corporation or two. I'm a business development guy, so I have different businesses that I'm creating in green energy and other subjects. A lot of people have at least one S corporation and one C corporation. That's for American USA people. For all you international folks out there, they're all C corporations. And yes, you can have more than one if you need. Frederick asks about corporation bank account. Yeah, every corporation gets its own bank account in the name of the corporation. You sign for it. Nobody else ever touches your money. You or you and your wife or you and your business partner are the signers on the account. No one else. Okay, last call for questions tonight. Offshore bank account. Okay, Frederick. Offshore bank account's a different subject. Has to do with an international business corporation, which is an advanced planning tool. And here's the principle. You make your money in a Nevada corp, you take your expenses, you pay your taxes. You got some money left over and you want to get it out of the banking system of the USA to an offshore bank for more investment opportunities, investments that are only available outside of the USA and only to those that have a qualified intermediary called an IBC, which is an offshore corporation. When we get to that point, some people get them both at the same time. Our Nevada corporation owns our offshore corporation 100%, so that if you make any money offshore and you need to bring it home and spend it, that the taxes flow through your Nevada corporation. We always pay our taxes. So yeah, we can get you an offshore bank account. We're going to start with a Nevada corporation. Unless you're an international person who shows me that you're not at all concerned about tax, and that you've got your tax totally handled, at which point you can get an offshore corporation to begin with. But for USA and Canada, I really prefer to get you a Nevada corp so we can manage your tax situation first. So yeah, offshore is a whole subject by itself, and I've mentioned it in the past, and I may do one session on that only in the future. But right now, most of you need a Nevada corporation first. Or let's say, should you choose to get involved in asset protection, I will strongly suggest you get a Nevada corporation first. Let's see. Someone, which looks like it's Frederick, says he travels around the world so far, no taxes. Well, every country's got taxes, Frederick. Hate to bust your bubble, baby. We'll talk about it privately, okay? This is a public webinar. It's on the internet. We're going to keep some confidentiality here. I'll get in your nitty-gritty sessions with me privately by email, and that's the best way to handle that. It's part of the subject, financial privacy. Thank you. Yeah, financial privacy. You know, I'm talking about typical situations, sample situations, general information. Generally, everybody everywhere's got to pay tax somewhere, and we always encourage you to pay your taxes. And I'll say that 100 times because legally it's important that I say that 100 times. We're here to protect your assets legally and pay the legal tax. I'm an asset protection consultant, which by definition means I am not an attorney, nor am I a tax expert or certified public accountant. I am a consultant, and I have to make sure that I share information with you privately as a consultant. Frankly, we got all the attorneys and CPAs you could possibly need once you hook up with our organization. They're all there. I'm the conduit and the passageway to get to them. Very good. Well, we're coming up close to 7 o'clock, David, so I think we're probably done for now.
Okay, thanks a lot, Gary. There were some good questions there, and they are recorded here because I know that we're going to have a lot of people that are listening to this that is going to shake their brain a little bit, and they're going to have to realize that they got to get doing something about this really quickly. So anyway, so thank you very much. Remember, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then you can work your way around the world, whatever time that is to you. Gary will be on here, and there'll be different topics that he will be discussing, depending on what we're discussing the previous week, and as we go along, we need to learn about other things. So make sure that you either come here every Thursday night, or you go and you listen to the recorded webinar, which will be posted on our site. I was informed with Donna that even our new site has been taken down by YouTube. Don't know what's going on there, whether or not this is, a lot of upset people that are trying to get back to us, but they're not going to win because we're going to pull everything inside of our protected website, and we'll be able to host still on anywhere from 40 to 50 video providers, and put all our videos on. And they certainly will keep them busy if they think that they're going to shut us down. So anyways, we'll be getting this one up, and we're going to encourage all the peeps to listen to it. And thank you again, Gary. And Saturday at 4 p.m. is our next webinar. Probably going to be lots of updates at that point, so make sure you attend, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, thanks everybody for coming out tonight, and we'll see you at Saturday. Thank you.